Hey guys, welcome back to my channel that I've not uploaded on in forever. I hate that the lighting gets so much darker on here because it makes me look insane, and the lighting does not look like that on everything, and that's why I like to take videos and stuff on Snapchat. I'm also not looking at the camera, I'm looking at this, which is my downfall. I'm gonna be doing my makeup while I rant about things that are on the internet, because I'm getting ready with me, but I realized I haven't uploaded in my channel in forever. So we're gonna start that. So let's do this. Oh, let's stop. Also, I just learned that Apple, they have the pause feature now, which, like, I remember when I used to be an Android user and I used to want to be a YouTuber, like I used to dream of being a YouTuber and I used to film my little videos. I used to be so obsessed with the pause feature, because you didn't have to, like, edit out stuff a lot. You would just pause the vid. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, I'm quiet right now, or I don't want to speak right now, or I have to go get something. Let me just pause the video real quick. And it used to save lives. Like, it used to save lives. Like, literally, that was everything. And I used to be so sad when I got my iPhone. And I was like, wow, that's so weird that they don't have this feature. Like, this is such a groundbreaking feature. But yeah, they didn't. But now they do. And I feel like the camera apps looks very Android right now. I've had Apple for a little bit. Well, I'm 18 now. I've had Apple since I was 13, I believe. So not even a little bit, like a good while, honestly, but time moves by way too quickly for me to remember that I had it for that long. But it's just interesting. Ooh. I had like an Android from the time I was like 8 years old, because like I had my first phone at like 7-8 years old, because I don't know, my mom, she was one of those stay in contact parents. I didn't do much with my phone. Like, okay, I'm lying, I was about to lie. I used to like upload on like Musically and stuff, but I used to, like, I had unmonitored internet access since I was a little child. So like me and my understanding of like the world and everything was so different. Like, I feel the exact same like years and years later, because I don't feel like much of my idea of what the world is, or much of my idea about anything, has muchly changed. But it's probably because I learned way too much way too young. So like in my head, a lot of things are very like cut and dry. Like, I never even believed in Santa Claus. That's how real it is. And also, I had a very honest mom. My mom was not the type of mom where she was like, no, Santa's real, baby. She'd be like, and he's not real. And he's not. And so that's just kind of how it was. And I feel like me having unmonitored internet access and like growing up to be normal is funny, because it makes me have less sympathy for people who are dumb. That's what I'd like to say. It makes me have less sympathy, because I feel like there's this whole idea that like, oh my gosh, like little kids are doing this stupid stuff. And I was like, girl, the Tide Pod challenge where people were eating soap came out when I was 8, and I had unmonitored internet access, and never did I think, let me go eat a Tide Pod. So it's really about like how you raise your children. And when parents are like, oh, social media this, social media that, it annoys the hell out of me, because it's like, monitor your child. Like, sorry that your child is a stupid idiot, but I never did stuff like that, ever. So I'm not gonna cut your kid any slack. I'm not. Do I look? The consumer really does make a difference, honestly. So, also, talking about the internet, social media, and how I've always been on social media like my entire life, because I really have been. Can we talk about James? And I'm doing my makeup. James Charles. Now, I've always called James Charles that. I don't know why. But also, speaking of makeup, speaking of James Charles, speaking of YouTube, Instagram, all that stuff, I actually have a James Charles palette that I still use. I've not rebought anything from James Charles. I don't stand with James Charles. I don't follow James Charles. I stopped following him when he got caught up for being a pedo, okay? But I've kind of had my James Charles palette forever. Like, when I was 13 years old, I believe, I got it, and I kept it like forever. And it's probably long expired, but like, let's be real, like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like I was saying, okay, like, who cares? Was I talking about expired makeup? Yeah, like, who cares? Like, it's expired when I'm done with it, is how I feel. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't have enough money to be spending money, you know, left and right. Like, maybe I should start doing my makeup like, you know, that girl who, oh my gosh, back in the day, and she used to do like 20 pounds of makeup, and it was like insane. Everybody would always be like, girl, what the hell? That's who I need to start getting like. Also, hold on a second. Just touched something on my TV. Weird. Well, this is my mom's TV because it's my mom's room, but I spend time in my mom's room because she's my mother. Anyways, so I was gonna say too, talking about James Charles, like the video that he posted, and you all know what I'm talking about. The "you're a lazy piece of dog poop" Ava Marie core. I don't like her either. I used to feel really, and honestly fair, because the way that she was treated when she was a WWE diva made me so upset, because it was like, it wasn't her fault that she was untalented. And also, I mean, yeah, she could train to get better, but when she started training, they hated on her too. And then the other weirdest thing too wasn't she in developmental for 2 weeks? If you're a wrestling fan, which I am, you know 2 weeks is not a training period. It's just not. It doesn't work. It doesn't make any sense. When they were so rude to her, I was like, what the hell? Like, are we for real? Like, I used to be like really shook that they were acting like that. And so like, it really just like annoyed me really bad, and I felt really bad for her. And to be fair, yeah, like during the time she was quite innocent. Like, I just could not believe that they were that like rude to her and stuff. But anyways, like I was saying, that the video is so insane. I get off topic every day, like all the time. That's how I talk. Anyways, the video was insane. We all know that. Like, it's like, James, what? It was so insanely out of touch. And I think that the weirdest thing about it being so out of touch is that it's like, in reality, I don't even think it was just out of touch. I think the worst part about it might also be like, you didn't have to disrespect her like that. I'm gonna try to rub this in because it looks like it's dry, which is like my worst fear. Add some moisture to that, like freaky. Also, my makeup is looking really odd right now, but trust the process. Anyways, yeah, it's really weird. And you know what? It's funny because I saw people talking about like, it's crazy that this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah, honestly, yeah, because the Kayla and Malik situation worse. The being a pedophile worse. Yes. But you know what? I think this was a straw that broke the camel's back. Like, my honest have been on the internet for as long as I've been alive opinion is, it's just the relatability of it all that makes it kind of annoying that he did something like that. I think that, to human beings, of course, we're a little self-centered, but I think that it's also just, it's something that's so innocent. You know what I mean? It's like when people when people abuse their partners, and like, that's terrible, right? And it's never worse to abuse your partner or abuse a pet. It's bad in general, and it's terrible to do. But people tend to have less sympathy, for the human, or for like when it's like a dog or a child. And like, of course, like, both are bad, but what I do think is that for people, it is like, to do something bad to somebody that innocent is like, it shows no regard for human life. It shows no regard for life in general. That's kind of how people usually take it, like from a psychological standpoint. So, and I'm getting foundation on my hand because if you're crunching, it's because when I travel I tap like this. But basically, it's kind of like that same thing. I think that like makes people so like iffy about it. It's not relatable to get groomed, even though it kind of is. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I've been there, but it's not relatable to everyone, thank God, but it's not one of those things where it's just like everyone goes through it. To hear somebody talk that down to somebody who's going through something that so many people go through, which is like the job market, being poor, not knowing where your next meal is coming from, and like, even like growing up, I'm poor, right? And I'm not dirt poor, but gosh, like, there has been times when my mom has gotten on the phone and say, hey, can you send me $1 so I can feed my kid, And so, like, for me, it's like something like that. When people see it, they're like, you have no regard for, like, it's something so innocent and something so obvious. It's like, do you not have any regard for humans and their feelings and their lives because you're this rich? And it's just crazy to people, because it's like something that, like, are you kidding? Like a GoFundMe link because the girl doesn't know where her next meal is going to come from. That is sick. It is sick. And it's true, it is sick. And it's like, what is wrong with you is how that starts to feel. And it's like a crazy thing. It is. And so, of course, people's first reaction to it is like, what? Like, what? Also, that video where he was bragging about not tipping the waitresses, he's like, $30. Number one, you paid $15,000 to be there. If the meal was $60, you would have paid for it. Okay? And then he's like, I'm not tipping. Haha. Like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with James Charles, as we've always known. I mean, come on, you're hanging out with your friend's abuser, you're sleeping with him. It's that serious to you? And to be fair, you know, I'm a Cassie defender from Euphoria, but I think you have to understand where I'm coming from. I'm not a Cassie defender from Euphoria because I think what she did was right. I'm a Cassie defender because everybody in that show, number one, it's a TV show, but also it makes sense for who her character is, right? And what her character went through. Like I don't think Cassie's inherently a bad person, and that's where a lot of that comes from. But also, I mean, my cat's meowing now, but you know, everybody on that show was insane. You know what I mean? Like Maddie, everybody's like, we love Maddie, we hate Cassie. I'm like, Maddie sent an innocent man to jail for assault and rape. Like, be real, that's bad too. Are we not going to talk about that? We can talk about how Cassie slept with, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not giving. But that's what makes it even more confusing, actually, on the topic of Cassie and bringing that up. I mean, she had an absent dad and, you know, a drunk mom, and she didn't get along that well with her sister, and she just felt unloved. I feel like James Charles, doesn't he have a supportive brother and a supportive dad and a supportive mom and a tight-knit family that didn't come from poverty like that? Like, I'm not saying didn't come from poverty at all, but, like, you know what I mean. He's not Eminem. Why are you acting like that? Does it make sense? No. And it's never right to sleep with your friend's abuser. And it's never right to groom children. I just feel like so many things that he can get canceled for are so obvious. Like, I mean, and that's the issue. The fact that he even made it this far, he's gotten lucky. He's gotten lucky. And what was killing me in the video too is his lack of critical thinking as well. Like, to understand that the job market, like, isn't well right now, and that's so common sense. But also just, like, the fact that, my cat's not coming in. I'm ignoring him because if I don't, then he thinks that he can get away with everything. So, another thing that kind of annoyed me, too, was that he just... I think my brother's coming out. What? Another thing that annoyed me about it. No. My brother just let him in here. Like, what? Another thing that annoyed me. Like, now I'm thinking about... I can't even think anymore. I can't even think. Another thing that annoyed me about it, like I was saying, is like, again, like the critical thinking skills. He didn't see that, like, the job market fucking sucks right now. And that's so common sense. And he just can't see it. Like, I don't know. And then also, too, what had me dead, for real, was when he was like, you're lazy and, like, you think celebrities should fund your life. Number one, you get funded by everyone who subscribes to you. They fund your life. But also, I'm sorry, lazy? Didn't they have a job before this? Like, you're saying, like, lazy get a job as if they never had a job and they're just asking for handouts. Like, no, this is the person who had a job. Like, that was, like, they lost their job. That's why they sent you the GoFundMe. Like, wasn't that the whole point? Like, I'm sorry. I'm, like, what is he missing? Everything. There's nothing up there with him. Also, didn't he admit that he, like, touched children? He was like, I'm desperate. We can be desperate to know where the next meal is coming from, to get help, to pay their rent. I don't know, that just seems a little odd to me. That's where his moral high ground is for me. Okay. Off the topic of James Charles, I mean, he deserves nothing. He's a bad person. He's a bad person. I think that's what really, usually when I defend people who've done bad things, it's because I don't see them as a bad person, right? And I feel that way with so many people. I feel that way with Huda from Love Island. I feel that way with Cassie from Euphoria. I mean, come on. The issue with James Charles is he's so obviously a bad person. Like, and I'm not even looking at the camera right now. That's how real it is. He's so obviously a bad person. And that's what always kind of gets me with him. It's not this trauma thing, like, oh my gosh, I have so much trauma, and so I have to act out in these ways. It's like, I want to, so I am. Like, but James, don't you find that a little sick? But don't you find that a little sick? I don't know. He's like, yes, I'll belittle women and belittle poor people and be rude to my fans and, you know, sleep with my friend's abuser. Because I can. Like, okay, dude. Okay, if it's like that. If it's like that. But some people are evil like that, so I don't know. Who knows? And yeah. So what else do we have to talk about on here? My eyeliner's coming out, so I have to. And then his first apology being disgusting too. Oh my gosh. But let's be real for a second. You know how online I am? I was about to say, and speaking of evil people, Ethan Klein. I'm way too online. I'm way too online. Can we talk about the downfall of the credibility of No. What is her freaking name? Why am I thinking like Christy Nicholas? I'm probably gonna have to search this up. This is so weird. Why do I need to search this up right now? Guys, am I slow? A little. I've always known that about myself. My cat's up here. Wanna say hi? No? You don't wanna say hi? Okay. Zoe Nicholas? Is that her name? No. Why am I stupid? Alexa Nicholas. I'm crying. I'm just getting there. Alexa Nicholas. Can we talk about the downfall of the credibility of who she is? It's really weird. Cause like she was all like Eat Survivors and shit, and then like it comes out like she's a weirdo. And she's like mean to people and she's odd. And then she says that Survivor stories aren't real when she has beef with them. And then like the whole situation where the girl came out and was like, here is my story from the Eat Predators thing. And it was like, girl, oh, so you're crazy. So you're crazy. I think that about almost everyone who's on social media. Who else? Colleen? Colleen, she's never making a comeback though, is she? Is she? No. No. Not at all. Not at all. I just feel like Colleen, you know what? I think that she might have even got away with it if it was just messaging minors. Because, I mean, look at James Charles. And the fandom we still had until like 3 days ago. But it was so much worse than that. It was like evil. She's evil. Oh my gosh, she's a little crazy. And like the sending Trisha's nudes around to minors. Oh my gosh, to minors is already the craziest thing. But Trisha was your friend, sweetheart. And so it's like so many YouTubers, they're weird. Everyone's weird. But content creators get weird. I'm trying to like not have it as glossy. Oh wait, it's a press applicator. This shit doesn't get glossy. But yeah, we're like not on that level of space anymore. We're normal, and it kills me. Like, what's happening? What's crazy is that I did my makeup in not that long of a time. Can we congratulate me on that or no? This is what my lip combo used to look like, and my lip combo used to have so many steps to it, including the James Charles palette. James Charles, one who shall not be named. I have to see what this looks like in the mirror, and I don't have one on me. I kind of do, but I do not want this exploding everywhere, so hold on a second. So yeah, I just paused that. It looks cuter in person, guys, which makes me so happy. Of course, Apple makes me look ugly. Amazing. Where's my setting spray? I have the Huda Beauty setting spray, but spritz, I don't have it on me right now, so we're gonna use my White X drugstore makeup forever, honestly, because like literally, what is this, LA Colors? There's some of this that isn't drugstore, but was that too much setting spray? Is there such thing as too much setting spray? Never really know these days. I try to get my base as smooth as possible. That's what I hate about setting spray. We can talk about that. I hate that getting your base as smooth as possible and then it just looks crazy after the setting spray. I blame Sky Jackson for that one. Hello? All right, I guess we're done here. Wow, that's really crazy. Like, I've never done my makeup so quick. Can we talk about that? Also, I'm actually gonna, this scarf is gonna be so dirty. It's also my mom's scarf. As I told you guys literally 2 seconds ago, that's my mother, so I take what I want. Hold on. Is it cute like this? Is it giving like Rihanna? Wait. Is it giving 2016 baddie realness? Oh my gosh. Can we talk about the 2016 baddie outfits? I used to have a polyvore account, by the way. People who know that have seen my stories when everybody was like, 2016 is coming back. And I was like, guys, I used to have a polyvore account. Like, don't play. Because I did. And I used to make outfits, yeah, and I used to love the 2016 like baddie. Like whenever I would see the like 2010s like white girl outfits, whenever I try to search, I just put baddie on the end, and I loved all the outfits. But I think it's quite interesting now because I love the 2010s white girl style. Oh my gosh, they were really onto something, and I was like not into it. But that might have also been like I was born and raised in New York City, and so to me, might have been a culture thing. You know what I didn't add? You know what, that's fine, because you don't need setting spray for this baddie, because it goes on top of your lashes. Also, I'm wearing pajama pants right now. My mascara, and I don't even need to tell you what brand. Look at the colors. Classic, yes. What's so funny is I've been watching like makeup YouTube vids since I was like a little baby, and then I did my first full face ever when I was 12 years old. And my makeup routine didn't even change until I was like 14, I believe. Just didn't feel it needed a change. I was always kind of like, you know what, I like it how it is. And even when I changed to that 15, very minute changes. Boom, boom, guys. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go take a photo for my thumbnail and try to edit this and post it. There's not much to edit. Sorry, I get like ear pains and teeth pains. I don't know if it's because I need a root canal. I mean, I kind of did get one. Maybe I need to get it reevaluated. Or if it's because I have ear pain genuinely, because even when my ears hurt, I still listen to music in my headphones, so I might genuinely have ear damage. Like a girl who's a baddie would. I'm also not even looking at the camera, and I was staring at myself. But yeah, guys, bye.